Hi everyone, this is Molly McCord and welcome to a new full moon video where we're going to talk about the Virgo full moon. It is exact February 19th, 2019 at 7:53 a.m. That's Pacific time, so be sure and adjust to your location on the planet. And we'll take a look at what is happening in this chart and how the energies may be showing up for you. So every full moon is when the sun and the moon are on opposite sides of the zodiac and they are revealing information. Every full moon is illuminating. And here we have the moon at 0 degrees of Virgo, 42 minutes, so just at nearly 1 degree of Virgo, opposing the sun. The sun is at 0 degrees of Pisces, 42 minutes. So we have an exchange here between the masculine and the feminine with different sides of the same coin, so to speak. They're revealing information that perhaps you weren't aware of. Every full moon, the sky is the brightest, right? We can see in the dark. We can see what we didn't see before. The moon in Virgo is concerned with our daily lives, with how we're taking care of ourselves, our bodies, our needs. Virgo is associated with the work you do, what you do to keep your life running on a daily basis. You know, we all have responsibilities. You've got to walk the dog. You've got to feed the cat. You know that those pets won't let you skip a meal. This is Virgo. Routines, responsibilities. It's your body. It's yoga. It's going to the gym. It's how you're taking care of your physical life. It's tending to your responsibilities. It's also making sure that you aren't taking on too much, that you're not carrying more than you can. And this is an interesting energy between the moon in Virgo and the sun in Pisces, is that we can see where we've been holding energies for other people that are ultimately not your responsibility. The full moon in Virgo brings you back to what are you responsible for? What do you need to tend to? You can't take care of everybody. You can't do everything. Pisces is a very giving energy. And when the sun is in Pisces, we're very kind, compassionate, forgiving, perhaps too much so. Perhaps we allow people off the hook. We allow things to slide. It's a sense of, well, I don't want to be the bad guy, or I don't want to burden them. Pisces really cares about people. It really wants to be there to support others. But this full moon says that you have to put on your own oxygen mask first. You do have to tend to yourself and come back into balance with your energetic responsibilities. Because once you do so and you understand what's essential for you, what you need right now, where you've neglected yourself, maybe where you've let yourself off the hook too much and you need to check in and say, this is important to me. I want to follow through on something. I want to improve this area of my life. Well, the full moon in Virgo is a great time to look for areas of life you want to improve based on your own energy. Based on what you do have control over, where you can exert your own sense of discipline and not where other people's energy is too much. Okay, so there's a sense of personal responsibility with the Virgo energies. And again, it's checking in on your body. It's checking in on how you tend to yourself daily with your food, nutrition, health, and also those that you're responsible for. The moon in Virgo is very supportive. It's very supportive of other people too. So there's an energy here of make sure this is in balance within you. Your ability to take care of yourself will actually support your ability to show up in the world and support people even more. You'll notice that not only is the sun in Pisces, but of course Neptune is now in the middle degrees of Pisces here at 15 degrees of Pisces, 34 minutes, conjunct Mercury at 16 degrees of Pisces, 12 minutes. This is key right here. Something comes through at this full moon that you're going to be working with for a while because Mercury is going to be going retrograde March 6th at 29 degrees of Pisces. And this is an energy of otherly worlds, intuitive downloads, spiritual healing, spiritual understanding, higher levels of, it's like I'm getting the image of your human mind, which is Mercury, your human mind receiving the spiritual information it's been needing. Mercury is the storyteller, the stories we tell ourselves about how things have happened. And when it makes this conjunction to Neptune, especially in Pisces, we can't think straight in the same ways we're used to. We feel like, is this real? What's the truth? What should I believe? What's the facts? And our mental abilities slow down because we're getting some bigger energetic downloads from spirit. It's intuitive. We can't quite grasp it yet. We're putting the pieces together. We're trying to understand things in a whole different way. And this full moon is inviting in some more of these downloads that are going to work with you through February and March. So that seems important to say because it's important to really ground yourself and be practical. This is reality check. Give yourself a reality check because you might feel like you're floating away. You're floating away with all this Pisces energy. Now, the moon has some great support here in this chart. The moon at 0 degrees is trining Mars, who is now at 3 degrees of Taurus. Mars trining the moon is wonderful for your physical energy, for what you want to get done in a day, for what you want to commit to. Mars in Taurus is determined. It will stick with something, it makes a commitment, and it shows up. It gets the job done. And so there's a sense here of really following what you need to do. And then you'll have the physical stamina, the energy to do it, to perform it, to really make it happen. This is motivational energy here. And so that will especially be strong as the moon ventures forward throughout the day, gets to 3 degrees of Virgo, makes an exact trine to Mars. You could really feel that something clicks and something works. In the earth signs, this is always about our physical reality. Something shows up, something comes through that you need. There's support here. And then as the moon continues through Virgo over the next 2.5 days, the moon is going to make trines to Saturn at 16 degrees of Capricorn, Venus at 18 degrees of Capricorn, Pluto at 22 degrees of Capricorn. So the moon goes further into Virgo and gets this long-term strength from these 3 planets to make the daily changes and habits that are necessary. This could really be a recommitment to any resolutions or intentions you have for 2019. This moon is really supported as it connects with the earth. It's interesting. It connects with the Capricorn. I know some of you already spotted this. And it is opposing Neptune and Mercury here in the middle degrees of Pisces. So that's a very interesting thing when the moon gets to the middle degrees of Virgo, because it's a sense of, I need to work, I need to get things done, but I really don't want to. I really just want to take a nap. I really just want to leave work and drift away. And then the moon gets support from the Capricorn planets that's like, no, I can do it. I can show up. I'm going to get some things done. It's productive. It's industrious. It understands what needs to happen. The moon in Virgo is very much about the details, the particulars, making sure you move through a process, that things aren't overlooked. So if it feels like you're drifting away, it's like take that break, take a good lunch break, and then come back and you'll get some things done. Again, this full moon is really grounding. It really brings us back to what our priorities are. It brings us back to listening to the messages of our bodies. That's Virgo, and that's also Mars. Is our body's messages, what we need to understand about how our bodies need support with the right exercise, food, health, all that kinds of things. So this is definitely a checking in with your physical self. And then the Pisces planets will be like, oh, it's okay, I'll do it later. Oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. So there could be this push-pull between your earthly responsibilities and your desire to maybe put it off for a bit and not show up just yet. But keep in mind that that will shift. I really think that's going to shift a few days, especially, let's say, within 20 hours of this full moon. Things are going to shift, because then you'll see that, okay, a good night's sleep, a good night's rest, and then I'm ready to go. Look at what commitments you need to honor in yourself and really make those a priority with this Virgo full moon, because the more you can do that, the more you can support your body right now, the more it's going to help you with what you need to do this year, with where you need to get some things done, with your commitments and your responsibilities. And also, I'm feeling like our bodies are definitely feeling these big energy shifts and energy changes. And so you could be receiving new messages about where your physical self needs support. Anything with the Pisces energy is about a letting go. Detox, purification, cleanses, anything, scrubbing off the dead cells on your skin, anything that removes layers, that lets things be released, could also be really well supported as the sun journeys through Pisces. I'm just feeling this at a deeper level. I'm feeling it as a real deep, supportive purge, since this Neptune is in a harmonious sextile to Saturn. Saturn rules our physical lives and physical structures in our lives. And I'm just feeling like with this full moon, there's a sense that I'm hearing, put it down. Put it down. If you're carrying too much, I'm getting the image of moving boxes. If you're carrying too much, what do you need to put down? That again, it's not your responsibility. Because you could feel like you have to do a lot just to keep up. The pace of life has increased. Even it just feels like time is sped up. And we can be on autopilot in ways we don't realize. Come back to your body. Come back to yourself. Come back to listening to what really matters. Give yourself clear boundaries. See, Pisces doesn't have boundaries. It doesn't do boundaries easily. Pisces will just absorb everything and not realize that it's this really heavy sponge that needs to be wrung out, right? Release, let it go. It's not your responsibility. Clean it out. And so this full moon is saying, it's not yours to carry. Put it down. There's other things that, yes, you're moving through and transmuting and working through in the higher realms and other realms, in your dreams, astral travel, other places. Those energies are really big right now, but come back to your earthly self and look at what your responsibilities are, because you're going to feel energized by what you can do, what you can handle, because all of this can feel really out of your control. It's a very receptive energy, and this is reminding you that you do have things you can take care of. And don't forget your power to make choices and your power to follow what is yours and to stick to that. So we have this very interesting balancing point at this full moon between your humanness and your spiritual self. There's still energies of letting go at a very deep karmic level. And in fact, getting back to this Mercury conjunct Neptune, it brings in maybe more of a story or a check-in on yourself of how you've grown spiritually. And you'll also notice how Chiron has literally just gone back into Aries. It's at 0 degrees of Aries, 4 minutes, just mere hours before this full moon, signaling a whole new start to Chiron's journey around the zodiac. So you're meant to come back to this lifetime. Be in this lifetime. Be present. Be aware. Be in your body as this new beginning of your healing process is underway. And I'm feeling like this Neptune, Mercury, Sun is developing more of the spiritual gifts that you need that will support you. There's an opening to what is necessary, intuitively, emotionally, energetically. And that's where you're always connected to your higher self and to the bigger picture. But you got to show up at work if you want a paycheck, right? You've got to show up. You know you got to feed your pets. Don't even think you'll get away because they will give you that look. You know that the eye you get from your I get the eye from our pets if it's past 5 o'clock, dinner is late. So again, the moon in Virgo is reminding us that we do have to show up. We have to show up, but it will be it feels energized though. It feels like there's something around, okay, yes, I can do this. I want to do this. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to work for what I want. And I also know that my higher self is present and here. Okay, now I'm feeling like there's some kind of download that can come in too during this time because of the Mercury conjunct Neptune, which I'll be talking about in the next new moon as well. Because again, this energy is going to be strong through February and March. Okay, so Virgo full moon, 0 degrees, almost 1 degree of Virgo, meaning it's a starting point. It's the beginning of something new. Perhaps it's even the new responsibilities you have this year or right now. And it's understanding that we're always balancing our humanness and our earthly journey with our spiritual selves and our other energies in many places. And the more you can do that at this full moon, you will actually be supported in what you manifest as we go forward, because these earth energies are creating support systems here for what needs to get done, what needs to be taken care of, and how you show up in the world. Okay, I think that's it. So thank you for joining me. And remember, I do a podcast twice a week for you, every Monday and Wednesday. And I also now offer a weekly astrology transits class where you bring your astrology chart with your transits, and we talk about the transits in your chart every week. It's been awesome. People have loved it. They've been learning astrology faster. They've made some things click. I get so excited that people are understanding their charts better. So you can find out more information about that below this video. Thanks, friends, and I'll see you back here really soon.